Hello. This is my second session with my client, Nora Almanza. During our first session, I conducted an intake interview to learn about Nora's situation and concern that brings her to therapy. Nora is currently having a difficult time with with the relationship with her youngest daughter, growing up and trying to become more independent. Because of the experience she had with her older daughter not coming home when she was supposed to or not being able to find her as a teen, she's worried her younger daughter will do the same. For this reason, Nora automatically says no to her daughter when she asks her if she wants to do something with her friends. Her behavior with her daughter has hindered a healthy relationship with her. Nora has taken the initiative to change her behavior with her daughter and improve the relationship with her. I will be using reality therapy, focusing on gaining awareness of and changing her total behavior with her daughter. Some of the techniques that I will be using with my client is the WDEP system. I will be exploring her wants and perceptions, possible things she can do, opportunities for self-evaluation, and a design of plans of improvement. I will also be using scaling, the mirror technique, and the miracle question. The overall goal of therapy is to help Nora change her behavior toward her daughter and have a better relationship with her. I will also incorporate the rehearsal technique of Gestalt therapy towards the end of my session. Okay, and here's my client, Miss Nora. Hello, Nora. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad that you're here. And I'm gonna start this session by just going briefly over your counseling intake that we did on our first session, and of course you had mentioned before that your biggest concern now is your daughter growing up and she wanting to become more independent, but you have not been able to establish a good relationship with her because of the fear of what happened with your older daughter, right?
You're
That,
right. Yes.
yes.
I think that because of what happened in the past, I tend to um, not give my daughter the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
She has never given me any reason not to trust her,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that I'm like kind of stuck in what was in the past, and I have a habit of not listening to her question.
Mm-hmm.
And before she even finishes asking the question, I'm already answering with no. I'm already
No.
reacting.
You're already choosing the
Yes.
the what to say, not the consequence, but you're already choosing not to let her go.
Right, without
Right.
even listening to the
Right.
whole question to what she wants to do. I'm
Mhm.
already saying no.
Right. Okay. And because of this, you mentioned in your intake interview that you have some negative feelings, such as you feel guilty, um, you're feeling tensed, and you're feeling anxious, you're having some type of anxiety, and you're fearful. Is that's what, is that
Yes,
correct? Yeah.
that's correct. I
Uh-huh.
feel I guess I'm afraid that the
It's gonna
same thing
happen
will
again.
happen again as far as what I went through with my oldest, what we went
Right.
through. It was a very stressful time for both my husband and I because we were up late looking for my daughter. We were up late just trying to get a hold of friends of hers or looking for her where she said she was going to be,
Right.
and she was never at that place. So that was very stressful, and I'm just afraid of going through that again, and to have some tense feelings when I know that my
Mhm.
second daughter wants to do
Mhm.
something,
Right.
and
Mhm.
then start feeling that anxiety again.
Okay. So you're just choosing definitely not to let her go. Not to let her go anywhere because of that.
Right,
Okay.
and that's I guess where
Mhm.
I feel a little guilty because
Mhm. It's not her
it's
fault.
not her
Uh-huh.
fault, right?
Right.
It's not. It was her sister's doing,
Mhm.
and so I kind of feel a little guilty about
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm gonna try my best to help you. And I'm gonna use like what I said. I'm gonna use a technique called the WDEP, where it's going to take us to different parts of the therapy. And we're going to explore how you want that relationship to be built. Like, what would be a quality relationship? Like, a quality world. We're going to look at your wants, your needs, and your perceptions,
Okay.
and work towards a choice of just having a different behavior towards your daughter so that your relationship can start improving. Okay.
Mhm.
And the first thing that I want to do is I want to learn a little bit about what your wants are. Okay. So I'm going to be asking you a couple of questions just to help me learn more about and explore your wants as your as we're going through the therapy. Okay, what is it that you want that you don't seem to be getting from your relationship with your daughter?
What I want is, I guess I want her to feel comfortable in coming to me
Okay.
and asking me questions and asking me for permission to go
Mhm.
somewhere. She
Mhm.
tends to go straight to my husband because she knows
Right.
that I'm already going to react in a negative way. And so I want to control my behavior in overreacting,
Mhm.
and I don't want to say no to
Mhm.
everything.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
And do you really want to change your relationship with her? Yes.
Yes, because
Mhm.
I don't want to go through the same
The same thing.
situation as, yes, with
Mhm.
the oldest, yes.
Okay. And is there anything else besides just saying no that is um, making you stop, uh, make that change from with your daughter's relationship?
I think again it has to do with fear of the
Hmm.
past, fear of what happened, and going through that same
Hmm.
feelings, that same
Okay.
emotion again.
Hmm.
Yes, I think
Okay.
that's what
So
it
the
is.
fear and just the fact of saying no. Okay. So that's what's stopping you.
Yes.
Okay. Now I learned a little bit about what you want, and you want to build that trust with her. You want to build a closer relationship. And in order to do that, uh, as human beings, we need some needs. We need basic needs in our life in order to be fulfilled with everything.
Hmm.
Okay, and I'm gonna mention to you some needs that we need as humans, and then I want you to tell me which of these needs do you think that yes, you do have them, and no, you haven't met them. Okay?
Okay.
Like, for example, the need of love and belonging. If we don't feel love and belonging, we don't feel that we're there as a whole. Okay? So the need of freedom, the need of power, the need of having fun, and the need of survival. Are you missing any of these needs in your life at this moment?
Thinking about my situation, my problem,
Hmm.
yes, I would say that I am missing myself.
Hmm. Which one would you say that you're missing? Um,
Mm, Let me see. I would say that I am missing the love and belonging
okay.
because I feel that when my daughter goes to my husband for permission, that
Okay.
I am missing that belonging.
You're not belonging part of her, I would
Right,
say.
right. She's choosing my husband over me.
Oh,
So
okay.
yes, I feel I'm missing that love, that belonging.
That love and
Hmm.
belonging. Um, how about the need of freedom and power?
Well, I feel like freedom. I need to give her freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Okay.
I need to let go of the power, I guess, to
Okay.
control that she's not a little girl anymore.
Right.
That she's gonna want to do things on her own.
She's
She,
growing up.
yes,
Yes.
she's growing up and she
Okay.
wants to do things with her friends. She wants to become a little bit more independent.
Right.
So I need to be able to let go of that power and give her some of that.
Give her some of that freedom.
Hmm.
Okay. And we also need of fun. How would you consider your fun needs?
Well, I guess when going through this situation, when she does want to do something,
Right.
and if I react with a no, automatically, then it's not fun.
It's not fun.
Because it
Right.
causes tension, it causes stress, not only between my daughter and I, but maybe even my husband and I,
Right.
and then my son feels it as well.
So everybody in the family is feeling it in a way.
Yeah, so it you can't have fun with that.
Right. So then the need of fun is not being met.
Right.
And one other need, of course, that we need is our survival needs. Um, how do you see yourself in the sense of survival? Do you,
I feel that that's there
it's there?
because I do have my husband's support.
Okay.
I have a job, I have a home, I have the food on my table, so I
Right.
feel that the survival part is
being met.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, as we go down through each of the techniques, we'll find ways, and so that we can be filling in those needs little by little. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Um, if you were the person that you wish you were, what kind of person would you be?
I guess I wouldn't be so tense about this situation. I would be more positive.
You want to be more positive.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to um, be a better listener.
Okay.
And I don't want to overreact because of what somebody else did.
Right. Okay. So we looked at your wants, at your needs. Let's look at how you see yourself. Okay. How do you look at the situation with your daughter since our first session? How do you see yourself since the first session that we talked?
Well, I feel like the first session helped me
Mm-hmm.
because it made me more aware of my listening. And so there's been several occasions when
Mm-hmm.
she has come to me and I allowed her to finish her question before I reacted. And I'm more aware of controlling my reaction of saying no. So I do feel that the first session has helped.
Okay. So could you say that your control with her is just the fact that when you respond spontaneously, no, you're not.
I guess I have more control of that, and I don't react in that way. Even though I might not like it, but I don't react with that.
Okay. So since the first session, you're seeing that you're not reacting that way that much anymore.
Right.
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 Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to, now that we know your needs, your wants, and how the situation is at this point, uh, we're going to look at what direction we're going to be going and what is it that we're going to do together so that we can eventually or gradually improve that behavior and change your behavior towards her. Okay. I want you to imagine yourself, okay, that you go home tonight and you sleep, okay, you go to bed and you wake up in the morning and all your worries about your daughter are completely, of her being trying to be independent, are no longer there. Okay? Okay? Can you feel that? Yes? Okay. So whatever problems you had with her no longer exist and a miracle happened. Okay? And it is gone. Okay? And it is gone. How would your life be different? Okay? and look at that vision without that worry, how would it be different?
Well, the way that it would be different is that my daughter and I would have a closer relationship.
Okay.
We would have already gone through the all the, I guess, teenage years, and my miracle would be that she would have already graduated, she would already have a job, and so I wouldn't have to be going through that stage where she wants to be independent.
Okay.
So after all of that has passed, then we would have a good
Good
relationship.
relationship. Hmm.
And she would know that she could come to me and that she could trust me
Hmm.
and not overreact.
Hmm. Is that a good feeling for you? Uh-huh.
Yes,
So
that
could you
is.
say that yes, we definitely want to move toward that direction and
Yes,
that
definitely.
change?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I do.
Choosing to change would be good for you and your
Yes.
daughter.
Yes,
Yes.
because I don't want it to take all the years that it took for my older one.
Your other daughter.
Yes,
Hmm.
once she became a mom, then our
Hmm.
relationship got better. But I don't want it to be until my daughter becomes a mom. I want it to happen now.
Now, to
Yes.
happen now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna try something with you. I'm gonna ask you to hold this mirror in front of you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
for a few minutes. And I want you to focus on gaining awareness of and changing your current total behavior. Okay, so just focus on that, that you're already aware of the situation and you are choosing to change that current total behavior that you have right now. Okay,
Okay.
and what do you see for yourself now and in the future with your daughter?
Mm.
Look at yourself and what do you see?
Well, I see myself being a better listener.
Okay,
I
good.
see
Better listener.
a better relationship,
Okay.
and I see my daughter and I doing things together and enjoying time together.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Okay.
see where I'm going to actually have that feeling met of belonging and
Uh-huh.
love and belonging.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So, is there anything that you're doing now to?
Well, I'm willing to change.
Okay.
I'm coming to these sessions because I'm willing and
Mm-hmm.
I need to change. Um,
Okay.
and like I said, I'm practicing on listening,
Right.
and I'm not overreacting as soon as
Okay.
she wants to do something.
So becoming a good listener and
Hmm.
better. Okay. Um, and you mentioned again that what stopped you from doing what you said you wanted to. Um, what stopped you that? What stopped you for you to do that?
I guess the fear in the
Mhm.
past,
Mhm.
and just I'm blaming her for something that
You're blaming her.
somebody
Okay, the
else did.
blame.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Very good. Yes. So I want to show you a visual. Okay.
Hmm.
And this visual is how we act. Okay. And it's a triangle. Okay. And this triangle is the how everything is interrelated. Our feelings, our thinking, and how we act. And this is how you are right now. Okay?
Okay.
He said, when you act this way, what are you thinking? So let's talk a little bit about the thinking. Okay? What is it that you're thinking when you're acting that way?
I'm thinking, I guess, about my past experience,
Okay? Your past
and I'm
experience.
thinking negatively.
Okay, so you're just being negative all the time.
Right.
Okay, negative. So when you're thinking about that past experience and you're negative, what feelings come to you?
Um, the feelings that come, I guess, would be the scared feelings,
Okay,
the
fear.
fear,
Okay, fear,
the anxiousness.
anxiety.
Hmm.
Okay, so your negative reaction, the fear and everything, it's bringing you to acting in a negative way. Would you say?
Yes,
How
yes.
is there another way that you're acting besides being negative?
Mm, well, I'm just, I guess, overreacting.
Overreacting. Okay.
Overreacting. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm not being a good listener at that time.
Hmm. Not being a good
Mm,
listener.
and mm,
Okay. So, um, and as when we get to our end of our session, and as we do another session, I want to see that after we've tried the planning and tried several things that we're going to talk about at later on, um, I'm I'm gonna try. I want to try this again, this triangle, and see how it will change, and we'll be able to compare it. Okay,
okay.
from now, from this session
Hmm.
to another session that we have. Okay,
Okay.
and so now that you have that we've identified your needs, your wants, how do you want the perception to be towards your daughter. I want you to be very specific um, about rating your behavior with your daughter. Okay, from a scale, and we're gonna do a little self-evaluation. Okay, from a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the worst. How would you rate your behavior toward her now?
Well, I guess I'm gonna go back a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about before I came
Okay,
to this session. Um, I felt that maybe at times I was at a 9 or 10.
9 or 10. Okay.
Hmm. And now, um, just with the session that I did, and listening first, I would say that I'm at a 6.
Out of 6. Okay,
Hmm.
so uh, we've seen some gains already, right?
Right.
We're seeing
Yes.
some gains,
Yes.
and where do you want to be? Okay, and
Um,
where do you want to be?
well, eventually, in small steps, but
Uh-huh.
eventually I would want to be
Be
at a 0
at
or
a
1.
0 or 1.
Yes.
Okay, and is your current behavior bringing you closer to her, or is it driving you further from her?
Now that I'm more aware of my listening, I think that it's getting me closer to
Mm-hmm.
to her.
Okay.
Yes.
So then eventually, little by little, we'll be able to move to a 0 or 1, like you said. You think
Yes,
we could do that?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
that I can accomplish
you
that.
can
Yes.
accomplish
Yes.
that little by little. Okay. So, do you feel that you have no control over the situation with your daughter?
No, I feel that now I do have some control.
Okay, you have some control.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay. What makes you feel that you have some control?
Well, I feel that first of all, I'm willing to change,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like thinking before reacting,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
listening to her.
Thinking. Okay. And you're listening,
Hmm.
thinking before you act, you're listening, and is what you're doing now what you want to be doing from now on?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
definitely. I don't want to go back to
Uh-huh.
the not listening.
You
Mm-hmm.
don't want to go
No.
back. Do you see a difference between mm, you being a 9 and now you being a 6?
Yes, I
Uh-huh.
do. And I
Can you
think,
give me like an example of how that's worked out?
well, like a few weeks ago, she came and she wanted to go to the movies.
Okay.
So she did come and ask me what I would think about her going to the movies.
Right.
And so I listened to her and I said that we would talk about it, that I would discuss
Mm-hmm.
it with her dad so we could come to a conclusion and
Mm-hmm.
I guess discuss it and then come up with a yes or a no
Okay.
and decide on like who's gonna take the how she's gonna get the job or and I
Mm-hmm.
think that made me feel more comfortable and I think it kind of made her a little surprised.
Okay.
that I wasn't just automatically saying no.
And
Hmm.
what did you do differently this time? Mm.
Well, I remembered us talking about
Mhm.
listening,
Mhm.
and so I just let her let her ask without interrupting. And I tried to put what the past happened
Okay.
with my daughter. I didn't want to blame her for that, so I kind of tried to not think about that at the
Okay.
time,
Okay.
and not blame her for what her sister did.
Uh-huh. Oh, so it's good that you're including that she's seeing that it's not just you, but you're including your husband in making the decisions. I think that's very good.
I think
Yeah,
that's a change for
that's a
me.
change for you.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because usually I would just automatically say no
Okay.
without
Uh-huh.
even asking my
Okay.
husband
Uh-huh.
how he
Uh-huh.
felt.
Okay.
I
So,
say no,
uh-huh.
and that's it.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
now
okay.
I'm, telling her that I'm gonna take his opinion into
Uh-huh.
consideration.
And
I guess.
take his opinion.
Yes,
And the how does she react to that when you said
I
that you're gonna?
think she was a little surprised and I guess relieved,
Uh-huh.
and I think that that will help in her coming to me more.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So open up a better relationship. Okay,
Yes.
so good. And how committed are you to changing your behavior?
I'm very committed because I
Mm,
don't want to wait. Again, like I said, I don't want to wait till she has kids to have a
right.
good relationship with her. I
Okay.
want it now. I feel like we've always had a good relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but now that she wants to become more
Mm-hmm.
independent, she wants to do more things on her own.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I start, um, I guess, not wanting to lose that power,
Right.
and I don't want
Uh-huh.
to give that freedom up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I know that with my oldest, it caused tension,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of had made her move further away,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of bringing us together. So I don't want to go through that again
Okay.
with
It
my
sounds
oldest.
that you are very determined this time to be
Yes.
truly committed, and that is good. It's gonna be good for your relationship. Okay, so now that we made a self-evaluation and we determined that you want to change your behavior toward your daughter, we will formulate a plan. Okay,
Okay.
and so what plans you mentioned earlier that you want to be a better listener, but what plans could you make now that would result in a more satisfying relationship with your daughter, besides of being a better listener? Um,
I guess I could stop thinking about what happened in the past
okay,
and not use that against her.
okay,
Give her more of the benefit of the doubt.
okay,
And I guess, like I mentioned, she's never given me a reason not to trust her.
right, hmm,
So, if she hasn't done it up to now, I should be okay with letting her go
okay,
somewhere,
go
letting her go
somewhere,
with friends. Uh-huh.
okay. And what are you willing to do today to begin to change your relationship or behavior toward your daughter? Like, would say today, and what would you do today to just help her improve?
Mm, well, um, I guess I would hope that she comes to me first before she goes to her dad and be more open.
Be more open, okay? So
Yes.
you're willing to do just be more open to her and listen
Mhm.
to her, not
Yes.
shut her down
Yes.
like you did before.
Yes.
Okay,
And not um I guess overreact
no more
to things.
overreacting. Okay. So that sounds to me that that's a very good plan. I mean, just being a good listener, being more open, and going to your husband for taking his opinion into consideration. Okay, I want you to think of some activities that you can do with your daughter to improve your behavior and her trust for her. What would be some activities that you could do?
That we can do together.
That you could do together. Uh-huh.
Okay, well, she likes to go eat yoga.
Okay.
I
Eat
could take her
yogurt.
out to eat yoga, just the two of us,
Okay.
and maybe I could take her to a movie.
Okay. Take it to a
Um,
movie.
then after the movie, I could take her out to eat, and
Mm-hmm.
then there we could actually have a conversation, and I could listen to her, where
Okay.
she would see that I'm changing, I guess,
Uh-huh.
and that I'm willing to listen to her and what she's doing with her
Right.
friends, and
Uh-huh.
so that would, I guess, cause her to notice the
Mm-hmm.
change.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, in doing all of these plans that you mentioned, and we'll talk a little bit more about some other plans, but I want to go back to what we talked earlier in the session about your basic essential needs. So you said that you felt that you didn't have the love and belonging or the freedom. How would some of the by doing these things
Hmm.
would you think that you would be able to fulfill just the love and belonging or the freedom, power, or the fun? You mentioned about fun. You
Uh-huh.
mentioned fun right now.
Right. It would be
Uh-huh.
fun, so
It
I
would,
would feel that.
so it's gonna start getting fun with you and your family, your husband.
Right.
Okay. So then if we incorporate some of these plans that we're doing, it will be fulfill the need for fun.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Definitely, because we
Uh-huh.
wouldn't have that tension.
Anymore.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And then the love and belonging.
That would also feel that because I would feel like I'm included.
You're included. Yes,
Yes,
you're
and
included.
if she would
Uh-huh.
be doing things with me,
With
I
you.
would have that love from her.
And then belonging.
Hmm.
Okay, and then you'll be willing to choose to give her a little bit more freedom and not so much power from you.
Right,
Uh-huh.
right. I would definitely allow her to have more freedom.
Because you're building that trust with her.
Right,
Uh-huh.
and
Right.
I would let go of that power.
Mm-hmm.
And allow her to do more things that she
Little by
wants to do.
little.
Yes, little
Uh-huh.
by little. Good
Little
word.
by little.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, sounds like a very, very good plan that we are going to start. And then you sound very committed in what we're doing. Okay. So in order for you to commit to your plan,
Hmm.
okay, we want to put it in writing. Okay.
Okay.
So and I brought a little notebook just to help you write down your goals and the plans that we're doing, the planning, and this is going to help you just keep track of the goals that you're going to be doing with her. We can go back and mention some of the things that you said to fulfill your love and belonging.
Okay.
Um, you mentioned going out for a movie,
Okay.
right?
Yes, the movie. Going out to
To
eat.
eat yogurt. Uh-huh.
Going out to eat.
Uh-huh. Going out to eat. And remember our focus is to build that relationship that you want to build and that change in behavior towards you. So I think this plan of just going out to eat and spending time with her is
Right.
going to help you fulfill not only the relationship, improving it, but also the love and belonging. Okay. Another thing that you mentioned was going out together as a family,
Yes.
right? Uh-huh.
I think that would also
Uh-huh.
help with the fun.
With the fun.
That
Uh-huh.
would bring back the fun
The
into our
the
family.
fun
Yes.
back into your family. Uh-huh.
And then as we go out together, she's more willing to open up and talk about her time at school or
Right.
her
Uh-huh.
friends, and
Mm-hmm.
um, that would help with
Uh-huh.
the love and the belonging.
Right. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Just maybe meeting some of her friends. Would you say that will also help you build that um,
Yes.
trust with her?
I can give you an example. I picked her up from practice the other day, and she had
Okay.
a friend with her,
Okay.
and she did ask, "Can we give my friend a ride?" And I said yes, and he was a
Oh,
very
that's good. Uh-huh.
polite little boy,
Uh-huh.
Um, nothing that I had to worry about.
Right.
So it
Uh-huh.
makes me more comfortable.
Uh-huh.
That
And you
knowing
didn't say no.
no, and I didn't say no, which was my would have been
Was
my first
yeah,
reaction.
right.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and I did
Mhm.
give him a ride. He was very polite, and so I realized that she's hanging out with good
With good
people, good
friends.
friends.
Okay. So
Yes.
you're allowing that little bit of freedom to fulfill that need,
Right.
the need
Right.
of freedom and power.
I can also
Okay.
ask her. We're usually not home, but I can maybe spend some time at home so that she can invite some friends over.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
that would be something that we could write down. Uh-huh.
And I
And
think she would like that.
she would like that. Uh-huh.
Yes.
That would also bring the love back
Hmm.
and the belonging that we're trying to meet. Um, Anything else for fun?
For fun, maybe we can plan a vacation.
Okay, yeah, that
That
sounds
would be
good.
nice.
Vacation.
It's been a while since we've taken a vacation, so that would
Okay,
help.
that would
And
help.
like I said, usually when we're away from home and away from the usual routine, it helps her to open up about what she's doing, who she's talking to, and I guess it just releases
The
the
tension,
tension.
the
Yes,
anxiety too that you mentioned earlier.
yes. So it'll help her to share some of her
Of her feelings.
feelings. Uh huh.
Her
Yes.
feelings. Okay. Well, sounds very good. Is there anything else that you any other goals that you would like to write down as commitments so that
Well,
we can now remember we don't have to stick to those goals for now. On our next session, we could also like say, well, we had something happen at the movies and maybe that didn't work out. We can always change it and tweak it all the time. That's the good thing about writing them down. That and you could compare, and evaluate them. Uh,
okay.
Anything else that you would like to
Well, I think this is something that I
start
can
out with?
do.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and like I said, small steps.
Uh-huh. Little by
Taking
little.
small steps, and
Okay.
the listening. I'm going to continue with the listening, and I think, like I mentioned, it's already helped me coming to the sessions.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'm looking forward to um, going to a 0 or a 1 on the scale.
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
I think that with these ideas, these goals,
You're gonna get there.
yes, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be able to meet them,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, in small
And
steps.
small steps.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Well, sounds good. I want to try something with you. One last thing, and we're gonna try a rehearsing activity,
Okay,
and I'm going to take the role of your daughter.
okay,
Okay, just so that you can practice a little bit more. I know that you already said that you're trying to become a good listener, so maybe this will help you be a better listener if you kind of get a feel for it and
okay.
experience it.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the role of your daughter, and you're gonna be my mom, and then we'll switch. Okay,
Okay,
we'll switch. Just a little rehearsal.
okay.
Okay, and I'll say, "Hey, mom, I came. Guess what? They invited me to a party this weekend, and it's gonna be at my friend's house."
Okay, this weekend.
Yes, mom.
Um, can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Well, see, one of my best friends, she's having a birthday, and her mom is throwing her a big party. And I really want to go because all of my friends are going to be there, and there's going to be music, and some of our other friends are going to be there, but her parents are going to be there. So
Her parents are
yes,
gonna be
her
there?
parents are going to be there. It's not going
Mm-hmm.
to be us alone. It's going to be, her best friends and her parents are going to be there. And I think some other family members are going to be there. And
Okay.
it's not going to end that late. And, there's going to be chaperones and everything, but I really want to go.
Well, you mentioned that adults are gonna be there, her family.
Yes, yes, mom.
Okay. What about does Dad know her? Do I know her?
You don't know her,
Mm-hmm.
but, I could get her phone number if you want, so you can call her.
Does she live close by?
Yes, actually, she lives 2 streets down.
Oh,
our
okay.
house.
Okay, well, I think that if we're able to maybe give you a ride and
Okay.
pick you up, and I'm gonna of course talk to your dad first and see
Okay.
how he
Okay.
feels,
Yes.
and I will let you know maybe by tomorrow. How do you feel about that?
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Mom. That's right. Well, at least do I have hopes of going?
Yes, I'm gonna think about it. I'm not gonna tell you no.
Okay.
I'm gonna think about it, and then after I talk to your dad, then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So how did that make you feel? Uh-huh.
Well, it did make me think about not
Mhm.
saying no and overreacting, and it did help me to think about what kinds of questions I can ask her.
Right.
Like,
Uh-huh.
do I know her? Does her
Mhm.
dad know her?
Right.
Um, Things that I can ask before just saying no.
Just before saying no.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
definitely.
you were really a good listener. So I see that.
Hmm.
So maybe that's something that you can practice.
Yes, I
Okay.
think this helped me
Uh-huh.
because um, things come up all of a sudden where she does want to go somewhere,
Right.
and I
Hmm.
tend to say no right away.
Right.
But now
Okay.
it kind of made me stop and think,
Uh-huh.
I can't say no. I have to think about it, and it kind of made me come up with some questions. Like I
Okay.
said,
Uh-huh.
do I know her? Who's gonna
Hmm.
be there?
Right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I think I can use those questions again next
Okay.
time.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, good.
Mhm.
Okay. So now let's just do one last thing, and I
Okay.
want you now to be you be your daughter, and I'll be your mom, and I'm going to not overreact. I'm going to be how your daughter wants for you to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Mom, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Mom, my friend invited me to a party tomorrow. Do you think I
Oh,
can go?
oh well. Give me a little bit more. Tell me more details about it.
Well, you don't know this friend, but it's at Peter Piper.
Oh, okay.
But you
Which
don't
Peter
know.
Piper?
The one that's here, right here, close by, the one
Okay.
closest to our house. And but you don't know the friend, but another friend from school is going, and it's not gonna be late. It's gonna be for a short time. You think I
Okay.
can go?
Well, it doesn't seem to be a bad place to go. I mean, Peter Piper. I love Peter Piper, I'm pretty sure your friends are gonna be there. How many friends are gonna go? Or
And it's some small party, and some of the family members are gonna be there too.
okay. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So, oh, that's good that some of the family members are gonna be there. So let me just tell your dad so he knows where you're gonna be, and I'll let you know. But I don't think why it should be a problem. I mean,
Mm,
it's close by, and
but Mom, when do you think you'll tell me?
I'll probably tell you tonight when your
Okay,
dad gets home from work. Okay?
okay,
So I'll
okay,
let you know so that way you can tell your friends.
okay.
Okay?
Thank you,
All
Mom.
right. Sure.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So your daughter, how did you feel you
Well,
being the
I
daughter?
think that by knowing that I have some hope that it's
Uh-huh.
not gonna be a no, just
Right.
gonna discuss it with my dad, and then there's some chance that I might get to go.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So do you think your daughter will appreciate you not overreacting or saying no?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
definitely.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes, and I
Yes.
think she'll be more willing to come to
To
me.
come to me, and then
Yes,
your need of love and belonging is going to start eventually meeting again,
yes,
right?
and that's
And
gonna
your
help
the
with our
fun is gonna
relationship.
come back
Yes,
and everything.
yes,
Okay.
definitely. Yes.
Well,
I think that
well,
was a good activity.
hmm well, thank you so much, Nora. And like I said, on our next session, we'll compare our little triangle. And now you're going to be telling me your thoughts and feelings about the positive and
Okay.
how your reactions were on our next session.
Okay, and
Okay?
I'll write anything down in the
Uh-huh.
journal.
Yeah, take your
Mhm.
your commitments to your goals, and we'll talk about them on our next session.
Okay,
Okay?
thank
Well, thank
you.
you so much,
Thank you so
Nora.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I think this session went well with my client, Nora Almanzar. So she was very happy in doing the rehearsals, and I think going through the WDEP system kind of helped me learn a little bit more about her, and it brought her back to realizing what she needs to change and her choice of doing that change that's going to help her build a better relationship with her daughter. Okay, thank you.